In this video, I'm going to show you some basic steps for how to photograph your work in a more professional manner with just a simple portable light box. So I bought this light box for myself to use for small objects in my studio, and I'm going to loan it to us so that we might photograph some of our work. I am going to keep this white backdrop for myself, but I'll bring in the gray background for us to use. You are going to want to be really careful when you put your pieces down that they're clean, and also that your hands are clean. But you don't want to scratch the plastic surface. So please don't slide your pieces across the backdrop. Please just set them in carefully. All right. So it's got a basic kind of light switch on the power pack that will turn the light on, and then that power pack also has a dimmer. So if you want to adjust the light, you can play with that. Generally, you want to have as much light as possible without overexposing areas of the piece. And this just gives a nice diffused light with a soft shadow. It's nothing very significant. And there are many styles of photographing work. This is just kind of a basic documentary photograph where we're going to want to get in and frame the piece as close as possible. So sorry for all that jumping around. And so I've got it set up in a vertical format because this piece is taller. You want to kind of center it in the screen here if you can, and you want to fill the frame so that the piece doesn't feel completely squeezed out. It might be a little tight there, but you do want it to feel like it's large enough that you can see some detail and things like that. And so that's generally pretty good. It's difficult to photograph white work on a white background and do it well, so sometimes I feel like I need some more lighting for this, but I think this will be fine for our purposes. And eventually, when you start photographing your work to present it on your website or and applying for shows or publication, you're going to want to come up with a style so there's some kind of consistency with your images across a body of work. And these are just kind of documentary photographs. Sometimes, this style of work might be photographed on location in an environment where it might be used. Installation style work or sculpture is often photographed in different ways. So, but just for our purposes, they're going to be simple documentary photographs. Sometimes people will do a detail in addition to one or two views of your pieces, so you can experiment with that if you like. And if you have any questions, you can post them in the discussion board and we can have a conversation about this. So this is the basic setup. If you want to alter your photographs using some editing software, you can do that, and there are so many things available to you now. I think there's the Creative Cloud with the Photoshop and Lightroom suite, and they have nice little simple apps that you can even use on your telephone. I'm sure that a lot of you have experience with that already, and we can talk about that more if that's something that you're interested in. So I think that's all. All right, thanks a lot.